first stop is Dump Station. I do have the truck hooked up. We're in the motorhome. We're towing a truck. We do have the brake hooked up. We are recording. And yeah, we are driving. Why is it not in focus? We're listening for that exact sound, just so you know. The tow bar has to click into place because yeah, we're towing a mid-sized truck. We got the dog. And goodbye. Go ahead and let it roll. Again, we're recording on the dash cam, so it's redundant. Again, we have the truck. We're going straight up to the dump station. Let's see. It's Thursday, so I just gave up my site to somebody else. Again, this seems redundant with that camera, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. And dump station's right up here at the top of this steep hill. You can probably see. After we stop at the dump, we're going straight to U-Haul. Wait, correction, no, there's an RV dealership I called. Anyway, we're getting propane, then Safeway and Walmart. You're a good boy, River. This is where all the big Class A's park, and that's just because, just like me, like I don't care where I park. I got a pretty big motorhome and it's comfortable. I spend all my time walking this guy, so I don't need to be right up front, right next to the dump, which is where we are stopping. I want to use this one. Yeah, we do not want to. That should do it. All right, we'll be back in a minute. Peace out. We're getting dumped our. Puppy dog. site number 241 is now available. It's not really that great of a site. It's not close to anything, but it's nice and quiet, and that's what I come here for. And where we're going today is called Chehalis. It's the very first Thousand Trails ever, back when it was a private company that was started by a Boeing manager. For real. He started Thousand Trails, and it's brilliant. He wanted a place for his employees to go on the weekends so they would work harder. And there's nothing wrong with that. Back in the day, the only reason why I worked my butt off is because I made a lot of money and it was fun. When work isn't work, it's actually fun. But there has to be rewards involved. Most jobs today don't have any rewards. They should all come with a membership. You know, free cabin rental once a month for every employee or something. I don't know. I'm just saying employers should really step it up. Anyway, we need to get gas immediately, which is only 10 minutes away. This is my old camera, so if you hear any clicking or popping, there's nothing I can do about it. Hit mute. Probably don't want to listen to me anyway. I'm kidding. But I do talk a lot about weird shit, and that's just the way I am. I do have experience with a secret clearance in the Marine Corps, and I know some things. So you think your little phone you have is high tech? You're kidding yourself. All it is a real convenient way for your government to know where you are, because they own you. Don't even kid yourself. Try going to another country. You have to ask permission from Daddy, Uncle Sam. Let's roll. Again, we're in the motorhome. We're towing the Nissan. Got the dog. Dumped my tank. Put Starlink away. We have the refrigerator running on the solar battery, which is huge, 460 amp hours. You can do the math. That's a whole lot of watts. Bedo's RV Sales, and they have propane. It was recommended. Alright, now we're on the official road. It's called D9 Country Market, and it's 10 minutes away. 8.2 miles, which is 1 gallon of gasoline. How funny. It looks like it's raining in the backup camera because of all the moisture and sticks, leaves, seed pods. Some marshmallows. they invented that technology, it wasn't for local farmers. Well, I guess it is, but what it does, it actually allows them to sell that marshmallow on the global market. Long story short, Saudi Arabia bought the water rights to a large portion of Arizona down by Yuma for growing hay for their camels. Well, all the hay got loaded onto a ship and sent overseas, and it takes a while by ship. Well, when it got there, it was rotten. So the Saudis refused it, and it caused a huge backlash because they didn't want to pay for it. Well, Arizona sold the water rights out, and all the people found out about it, and they were mad when they found out that all the hay that they grew was sent to feed camels when they thought it was going to be for like their neighbors, you know what I mean? Just waiting for this truck. I'm the slow, wide load today. So yeah, it's a real thing. You can look it up, but it was a big, huge thing that even John McCain was involved in. Oh yeah, he disappeared. Oops. Anyway, it was a really big deal, and I'll leave it at that. But now Arizona needs the water for those microchips, man. TSMC, Intel, all those places, man, they use a lot of water. Don't forget about Palo Alto nuclear power plant. Yeah, Arizona is going to turn into Shenzhen. Did you know they're even building their own canal to get to the Sea of Cortez? Bet you didn't know that, did you? They have had ships out in the middle of the Sea of Cortez dredging for years. They need to dredge a channel all the way to Phoenix. And maybe even, starts with a T. What's the other big one down there? So yeah. And they're also building a strait to go bypass the Strait of Hormuz. They're building a canal. Okay, let's pay attention. I don't feel any weird vibrations. Where's it? Truck's hooked up. Breakaway ready. Cool. We're locked in. Duct tape on my repair. Yeehaw. This salmon hatchery is where I think River caught salmon poisoning at the Barrier Dam last time we were here. I stayed the night there. It was a free campsite. Please don't pull it from me, dude. Maverick. This used to be a gas station, now it's a library. the day. Wherever. Yeah, YouTube's algorithm has gotten so good that even a 2-second clip of a copyrighted song will trigger it. Oh, I forgot. I have brand new oil in the crankcase on this thing. I did just change the oil. New K&N oil filter. And Castrol 5W20, which is really, really weird because I'm a 10W40 guy or a 20W50 guy, but apparently Ford has a TSB on this V10 engine saying it is such a good engine that all you need is 5W20. That's pretty neat. And for this thing to be almost 30 years old and only have 82,000 miles on it, and both of the previous owners, the first owner only had it for like 20,000 miles, you know what I mean, when it was brand new, and then sold it to my buddy, and he had it for a long time, and he put probably 60,000 miles on it, made, I think he said 4 trips to the East Coast and back, and did all the national parks with my friend Kathy. And he was a wonderful guy, hot rod enthusiast, public accountant, just an amazing human being. And this motorhome has been kept in immaculate, brand new condition. And that's why you probably can't even tell that we're in a motorhome. It drives like a limousine. Anyway, we're going to be at the gas station in 2 minutes, and she's a thirsty girl. She gets 8 miles to the gallon when I'm towing, and when I'm not towing, she actually gets close to 12. 29 feet. I don't have a clue what she weighs. I would like to know, but all I know is I'm at my personal max for this motorhome. I think if I was 500 or 1,000 pounds heavier, I would have a hard time. Anyhow, we have 10 brand new tires, all that have been rotated and balanced within the last couple hundred miles. We're gonna get gas. We're really not going very far today. We're going to Chehalis, which is like 20 minutes away, all highway, to get groceries and propane, and then we're going to Thousand Trails Chehalis, which is only another 20 minutes. Altogether today we're only driving 36 miles, which is nothing. Right there is 489, which is not bad considering it's only 10 cents cheaper at the next place. But I think they have a fountain machine too, but I'm gonna hold off on that. Anyway, as you know, if you're new to me or my channel or my Facebook or whatever, however you found me, my name is Bryan. I am a disabled, retired 52-year-old divorcee, widower, whatever, in a motorhome with a dog. And I have a horrible memory, so I record everything and share it with the world, because if you think you have privacy, you're only kidding yourself. Hey, it says propane. If they can give me propane, I'm gonna get it here. Less hassle. Oh yeah, I bet you they do. Oh, this dude's super cool. Hell yeah, he's gonna pump my gas for me. I get to the propane? All right, this is D9 Country Market. The best place to stop, unless you want to go to Chehalis. This is it. Okay. Yeah. It's always a good sign when you got a line of truckers. That's when you know you got good timing. All right, we just spent $100. In addition to another couple $100 in groceries we're going to pick up now. Wow, this is the lunch train here. Holy guacamole, man. Wow. Waiting for you. Come on, dude. A 0 to 50. That's all you get. What an awesome store. I met the co-owner. His name's Cody. That's pretty much what I do now for a living, is I make reviews, and I just do it out of common sense and to help other people. Well, we got a ton of propane and a ton of gas. I probably won't have to get propane for a long time now. But I've got into a habit of barbecuing my dinners every night, and I use propane to make my coffee. But I have like 20 gallons of propane right now. That's a lot. That's a lot of barbecuing. I should get one of those propane fire pits now. Reset the odometer. I did fill up my gas can. The one that saved my butt the other day, yeah, that's back to being full. And I have another one in the motorhome too, back to full, so. I didn't know I was coming up on a hill. was saying about doing reviews, like, you can look me up, and I don't do it for that reason, but I do a lot of reviews about a lot of things, because when I do my research, I look it all up on Google and I read the reviews. And I like when people like me make honest reviews. Like, to tell people to not go anywhere else in the area except for D9 Market, that is a huge thing to do. But the reason is, all these other places are owned by giant corporations that do not give a shit about you, me, or their employees, and they're charging more for everything. Because they have to support a corporate infrastructure that's top heavy. And it's actually international. F that, we need to keep it local when we can. And there you go. D9 Market, don't go anywhere else. They've got groceries, they've got everything. 10 minutes from the RV park. Alright, next. And they do have lots of Coca-Cola products, by the way. Ah. So I guess in a nutshell, my job title would be promoter. Promote Thousand Trails, and I also promote all kinds of other stuff. Everything from state parks to fish hatcheries, farms, everything. Restaurants, grocery stores, veterinarians, even Amazon sellers, eBay sellers. There are so many people that depend. This new economy is not really real. Jesus. Yeah, this new economy is not real anymore. It's all based on speculation and reviews and social credit. That's why I don't use foul language anymore. AI is trained to hate foul language right off the bat. You say one trigger word and it's just like a little old lady. You start cursing and they stop listening. AI starts immediately coming up with comebacks. Like, it gets super defensive. It's hard to explain, but I'm so glad we do not have to make any other stops except for Safeway and Walmart. I think Safeway is first, yeah. Minutes all highway. As you know, are actually pretty damn good, because they re-level the highway as they go. The top coat. I happen to know a guy in Pennsylvania that's his full-time job, traveling all over the country, resurfacing highways. Motorhome with all the bells and whistles, man. This was top of the line. He's got a racetrack, and he just built a quarter-mile race car and spent a crap ton of money on it, top of the line. He even had a custom fiberglass shell for it made, just like the monster trucks. And it went so fast that it blew the windows off. You know how he fixed it? Duct tape. The only thing holding that thing together at 200 miles an hour was duct tape. And that's when I had my brainstorm, like, oh my god, that stuff is tough. Not just any duct tape, Gorilla tape. Turbulence anyway already. That's what caused the damn damage to begin with, was wind turbulence. Because just think about it. Two huge vehicles going opposite directions at 80 miles an hour. That's a 160 mile an hour impact. And can you imagine imagine the vortices and the turbulence, the air pressure? Yeah, it literally sucked the side of my motorhome off. Gas is cheap here. Cheaper than... And I have a gas card. I think it's called Gasify or something. I don't know. I downloaded it the other day, and it saves you another 10 cents a gallon at Arco, which is British Petroleum, in case you didn't know. They just had to change their name because of the BP oil spill. Remember that? Cost them like a lot of money to clean up all the oil from the oil spill. I think it was the Gulf, wasn't it? I don't know, man. Same goes with Exxon. That's why Exxon is so expensive. And the price of gas all the way along the whole West Coast. That's why it's still so expensive. There's a gas tax for the cleanup of the Exxon Valdez oil spill. You can look it up. Like, you can't make this crap up. But that's why we have all these crazy smog rules. All of it. That's why, as much as I hate it, like, as I pass Green Hill School, I'm starting to think that electric vehicles are actually gonna be a viable thing. Like right there's one of the little Tesla things. And as you know, I watched that Gigafactory. That's just one of them. There's Giga Texas. Now there's another one going in China. So check your VIN number. Your vehicle might not even be made here anymore. They're just gonna shuffle the deck until you're broke. Giving you a heads up. Like, being greedy and overcharging is not gonna save you. It's gonna make you a target of this new economy. They're gonna put you out of business for ripping people off. These algorithms are trying to shave pennies off every dollar, and that's how they're doing it. Oh, I guess Safeway's right here somewhere. Oh, it's right there. Now, oh damn, I almost turned in that. That's not Safeway. Wow, Safeway. You don't make it easy, do you? Got a big girl here. You don't make me take up the whole store. You know, it sucks. It's not their fault. It's all of these property owners around here. Oh, good. I'm going to stop right here because it's my only chance. It's my only option. Alright, we're going to get groceries and we're going to hang out here because we have to. Alright, Safeway is way cooler. way faster and better quality. And that's why I have chosen to do my shopping here now. Getting out of the parking lot's another story. I'm just gonna have to go. I'm the bigger dog. You're gonna have to move. I don't know what you think you're gonna do. Oh, and I do not want to hit this. Oh, Jesus. So close. Tight like your mama. What the fuck? Ha ha ha. She had a shirt that says Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. And yeah. Alrighty. Gotta love lunchtime, right? Alright. Stop 2 out of 3. You don't understand the struggle. I'm thinking back to the last time I actually filled up that propane tank, because it's such a pain in the butt. I've stopped it probably a dozen places that cannot fill propane, and it comes down to certification. Even that old man who filled up my propane cut himself in the process and started bleeding, and you know, had to use a special rubber washer to connect. Like, it isn't easy. You have to use your brain, and this younger generation won't do it. They will do it only by the book, and if they're scared even a little bit, they can opt out, and they usually do. Most of them refuse just out of fear. Anyway, God, I don't need anything. I went big on this re-up. Go big or go home, like OG school days, man. This is cute. I've never driven through this part of town. What's catching my eye right now is that giant building coming up on the right, with the cell phone antennas on the roof. but it's got that old school Masonic cornerstone where they purposefully, I believe it's a 33-degree angle. St. Helens Apartments. Yeah, look at that. It looks like they tried to copy it next door. Yeah, you can see that's all old school masons. It's got all the symbology. Say what you want about the Masons, but they're the ones that built this city on rock and roll. Yeah, masonry, rock masons, cement masons, architects, all the builders, the Donald Trumps, the Bilderbergers. It's just a conspiracy. Don't worry about it. This is what used to fuel the whole world, man. These trains between Chehalis and Centralia, like this is all old school trains and warehousing and buildings. Problem is, corporate America is just bulldozing them over. All right, we got 4 minutes to Walmart, and then home free. Railroad tracks. Can you imagine how many trillions of dollars have gone down those railroad tracks? I mean, wow. Across the highway over on the left is the U-Haul that does fill propane, but it's kind of a pain in the butt to get over there. That way, that's why when I saw that D9 has them, that's awesome. I mean, they have everything. They even have a tax shop in there, like for goat food, chicken food, horse food, you know. Question is, where is pickup at this particular Wally World? think it's on the far end. So that means I'm just gonna go all the way through the parking lot. No, matter of fact, I'm gonna go all the way around the back. So if this works out, remember this, if you're watching this video as a motorhomer, camper, I do believe this might be the best way to get to the pickup area. Ooh, big old runway right there. Hey, by the way, just putting it out there, I am looking to get back into flying. Gotta get my pilot's license. Look at that. Pickup is right here. I think I'm gonna have to just stop right here. Yep, I'm gonna have to just stop right here. Yep. All right, we are like stocked up. Now I know I can completely fill a 7 point whatever cubic foot fridge to the max. So that means the RV refrigerator was bigger than that. But no, I cannot fit anything else in my fridge. But I've got tons of food. Good luck, bro. I have actually been there, man. A couple times. It says it's 2 minutes slower to not take the freeway, so that's what I'm going to do. I've had enough coffee, that's what's happening. And the reason my fridge is totally full is they were out of half gallons of milk, so all they had was a 1 gallon of milk, and that takes up most of my fridge. At this rate, we're probably going to show up almost I'll say 1 o'clock, 1:30 at the latest. And the pool and jacuzzi, last I heard, are working at Chehalis. The guy that's fixing the pool at Paradise works with the same people that fixed the pool at Chehalis, meaning they're going to be fixing all that stuff pretty quick. This is where I could have got propane, and it's another really good option. So U-Haul is pretty much one of the few places to get propane. Once again, I chose the slow route. Looks like there's a pond right here next to me. Or maybe a slow part of a river. Kind of weird to think that right now at this moment my entire life is being controlled by 2 fingers right now on the steering wheel. It's pretty cheap propane right there, but there's no way I could have got in there and maneuvered around. I'm just gonna go ahead and hop on the dang freeway. Yeah, it looks like that side road actually ends up going all around. This is exactly where I ran out of gas in my truck. Holy crap, that's funny. Deja vu, baby. And wouldn't you know, it's 13th. We're gonna try and go in this Arco and pray that they have freaking Coca-Cola. Look at this. Look at what the hell I'm going through just for Coca-Cola, man. And I have 6 2-liter bottles and a 12-pack. Tell me I'm not an alcoholic, man. Old habits, man. But this is going to work out perfect. Look. I'm going to take up as little of this place as I can. Oh, I'll pause it. I'll be right back. All right, all that for a fountain drink, which is awesome. They have one of those brand new machines with all the fancy, sneaky, all the fancy touchscreen crap. The only reason I actually like those better is simply cleanliness only. And that's why I just did a review on that machine. Because it's a health hazard. The other ones don't get clean. Because you have to take all 8 of the nozzles off, or however many flavors of soda you have. And you have to soak them and clean them. It's a big pain in the butt. Whereas those only have 1 unit to clean, and it's easy. So, trying to make the world a better place in whatever little ways I can. Including, if you notice, this drive. Those are all the resources available to Thousand Trails Chehalis and Thousand Trails Paradise. And now I'm broke, but I'm stocked up on everything you could possibly imagine. And I have change. Oh man, I had that exact car. 1993 Honda Civic. I bought brand new in 1992 when I was in the Marine Corps. Wow, look at all those trains. All wood carts, you know what I mean? And cement. Oh, I love that. Look at that cemetery. Oh, you probably can't see it. You can see all the cemetery are obelisks. Those are Masonic symbols, in case you didn't know. It's a good thing, man. Just realize that there's a lot that goes on in this world that isn't all about fame and fortune. I guess you can go that way too. River, can you think of anything else? I even got him a bag of dog food and he doesn't even need it. Jesus Name Pentecostal Church. Experience Pentecost, whatever that means. How much does it cost? Does it cost 5 times as much? Because it's a Pentecost? Costs 5 times as much. No, that's rude. What the hell's going on with this weird little intersection here? This was designed for big vehicles. We are only 9 miles away from the RV park. Can you believe that? That's a big cement plant right there. Huge. Plywood. Oh, okay. Plywood company. Hardy. Alright, we don't have anybody on our tail. We only have one more turn and then it's just a straight shot east. Like I said, today was just a restock, and we're only going a total today of 36 miles. And that was stopping to get gas, propane, Safeway, and Walmart, with a bonus stop at Arco. Now this is the Fred Meyer hub. You can't even imagine. Yeah, this whole area is all warehousing, railroad tracks, and invisible people. And by meaning invisible, most of these people are on visas. A whole hidden economy that nobody wants to talk about, and they're trying to replace them all with robots. I learned something and I wanted to share it with you. You know how they just built a TSMC chip, a wafer factory in Phoenix, Arizona that builds wafers? Well, I didn't know a lot actually, but wafers are only one component of a microchip. So after they make the wafer in Arizona, they have to send the flippin' wafer to Taiwan for packaging to turn it into chips that get turned right back around on a boat and sent back to America. What the guacamole is that? I had no idea. And China keeps trying to take Taiwan, so can you see the problem? That's why everybody's investing in TerraFab. I almost moved to Bryan, Texas about 5 years ago. Yes, it's called Bryan, Texas. That's where they're building TerraFab. You can look it up. Believe me, AI fact checks every word I say on these videos. So I get to hear left here. It's 2 minutes slower. So doesn't that make sense now? TerraFab actually makes a lot of sense. Because they're going to use Intel, and basically what they're doing is replacing NVIDIA. So the first one to drop is going to be Oracle. So if you have Oracle stock, switch, get out now. Because it's over. That's the first one on the chopping block. And I'm not sure the exact order, but it's a bubble, man. Just like 1999, 2000, and then again in October of 2008. Well, November 2008. It's too late. Game over. So yeah, we've only gone 25 miles today, and I've been talking for who knows how long. Seahawk, Sunseeker. Set Free Northwest Recovery Center. They got a nice Jayco for sale. That's another anonymous thing I don't talk about is I do work with recovery centers. I do work with Alcoholics Anonymous, CA and NA. And I also work with OA, which I'm not even going to talk about. You can look it up. It has to do with weight loss. And if you want to lose some weight, and I got the guy for you. That's a pretty traditional old house. I like that. Huge front porch, man. That is one of the things that they attribute to the decline in society is they stopped making front porches on houses. Because people used to sit on their front porch and talk to their neighbors. Yeah, that doesn't happen. Alright, we are both making a left. Old school FJ. Yeah, my friend Bryan used to restore those things. What is that place? Man, I bet you they got some smart mechanics in there. Diesel mechanics. That's where it's at. Hey, look at those marshmallows. So recap, what have you learned today? You learned that those marshmallows are basically to maintain the moisture content and prohibit mold so they can be shipped. propane restrictions are becoming punitive, or I don't know, making things cost prohibitive. I'm not swerving. This road really is side to side wavy and all that. Man, I'm so glad I don't drink alcohol. That shit killed me. Literally. Flatlined. 2 times. Drinking myself to death. Literally. So don't do it, man. Shit's crap. You know, there's plenty of other things you can do other than poison yourself. To be honest, I don't even know how many days I'm staying here, because I made all these reservations on the fly when I found out about the fires, because I can't be in smoke. I only have a half a lung. I gotta be careful. That's why I breathe heavy, all that crap. I just happen to push myself beyond my limits on a daily basis to cure myself of all this damage I've done to myself over the years. I am 52, and I started drinking at about, I don't know, 12, probably before that. But I started drinking pretty heavy at about 12 years old. And I was able to hide it from everybody. Nobody could figure out why I could outdrink everybody when I was young. It's because I started at like 8. Both of my parents were alcoholics. Whether I wanted wine or whiskey, I had my access to all of it. Beer, wine, whiskey, and when I was really young, scotch. Before my parents turned into hard alcoholics, they used to have a variety. You know, a real bar. Remember wet bars? Yeah, those are cool when you're a kid. A big old box of wine. You'd never know how much was missing out of that. Different world we grew up in, man. And that's why I think I'm kind of becoming okay with these parents that completely bubble wrap their kids. I kind of get it a little bit. And I have no idea if you can even hear me right now. I'm using my old phone and it sucks. My new phone sucks, but you know what? If I don't record this stuff, I won't remember. A year from now, I won't remember this. Believe me, I know myself very well. But I've got a permanent video. Co-pilot, he's such a good boy. You know, if I could find a heated barn for the winter that I could park this motorhome in, and I would need a bunch of horticultural lighting, and I am a master gardener. With proper lighting, water, and electricity, I could turn a barn into a productive food factory. I only need about a 1/4 acre barn. So we're only talking like 100 foot by 100 foot. Or 50 by 200, whatever. You do the math. I don't care. So, I'm just putting it out there. I'm looking for a barn that just looks like a barn. Totally inconspicuous. With commercial licensing for agriculture. And I need at least a couple hundred amps of power. Because I plan on running about 5 or 10,000 watts of equipment. That's air handlers, temperature control, humidity control. HEPA filters, closed loop system, CO2 injection. And if you have any idea what I'm talking about, then you know that I'll be able to convert that barn into what they call a barn-dominium, which will have a small condo inside of it, in addition to the greenhouse. And the reason for that is for quality control, so that I can stay warm all winter long in a climate-controlled greenhouse with a jacuzzi, and I will grow full tilt for 4 months of the year. And the other 8 months of the year, I want to travel. All DLI. Here we are. Look, there it is. Chehalis. Yeah, all DLI equipment. Tesla power wall for backup. The entire roof lined with solar. And I'm going to need a big Alice station. I'm Kale. All right, we are in the C-section. I was not a C-section baby. All natural. And I was breastfed, in case anybody was wondering. Last time I was here, this section that we're going to right now was totally closed. This is the dump site. I already dumped my tank, so... Oh man, last time I was here, I wanted to be over here in the C section. Oh, and by the way, the pool and jacuzzi is not freaking open. They do have one pool open down there. But I have said it before and I will say it again. And I just talked to Scott up there at the Ranger out. It's a cesspool. no matter how you do it. And I don't mean to trash talk, I'm just talking facts. I may be investing in one of those small portable jacuzzis. The inflatable ones. And just set up a tent next to my RV. Is that open now? Is that road open? I'm breathing hard just watching you. Wow. She just ran all the way up that hill. She's going faster than my motorhome. Oh, good. I don't know where I'm going here. Good turn. Oh, okay. Got to go all the way around. It's a one way. I like this RV park, and as I said, I do not care that the pool and jacuzzi's closed. I'm gonna buy my own. Here's the rental cabins, which, you know what, that comes with my membership. I have a coupon for 1 week. I should rent a cabin for a week just because. It's free. What? Oh, yeah. Rule number one when you're driving a motorhome: go slow as you can. I think I'm right next to that guy. right across the way. Oh look, he just did a repair on his too. I like the way you sealed your water damage. I gotta learn from you. I'm gonna go talk to that guy. Look, if you know anybody with the Class C motorhome, then you know they all have problems. These were vans, remember? They cut the top off of a van and put a box on top. That's what I'm talking about, brother. Right here at the end is a wonderful trail that I can walk river every day, which is where I ended up walking him anyway. And again, like I said, I don't care what side I'm in because I walk the whole park 2-3 times a day anyway. So why do I care what my parking spot is? It's like doing 20 laps at Walmart so you can park up front and waste an hour. Oh, this is going to be really fun trying to level. Oh shit. I think that's as good as it gets. So you can see. That's probably the highest I've ever had to jack it up, but I think it's gonna work. America. It is not perfect, but I think that's going to be as good as it gets, buddy. So here we are. I might move it again, but for now, we're here.